for me chiache mo nyina ma mo nyina kwaba eba COVTVGHANA so na me ka mo say ne me sande mo wo Ashanti region and I say Asante memu the new hope for Asante man normal Asante man famu dada in terms of development this time around no normal esesa na emde say yenya hope for the future yenya the hope for Asante man na ebenam so ama enoma bebre asesa efa project akese a ye pese ekoso ene nhihye ade bia edi hu nkomo e wo sa platform yi so to mo de na ka me ho na ye nyina ye ndi nkomo ye nwenwen Asante ma ho na ye newly appointed regional minister honorable Dr. Frank Amoakohene o grant interview bi e wo GH1 TV ipesi eti say interview ni eba ya sign edi ho enkomo ipese yeti ase say the youngest minister ever 34 years waba no obe did something different trust me yenkotie interview no na yemra sesi
You're through with vetting and all of that. When it comes to the Ashanti region, give me your top 5 priorities.
As I mentioned earlier on, jobs.
Jobs?
The legacy projects that are stalled, to be able to complete most of them, i.e. roads, hospitals, markets.
We will delve into the nitty-gritties of that, but yeah, just give me the 5.
It's also another area I'm going to look at. How we best implement the 24-hour economy within the region is also another area. And then mining is also another area that I'll best pay attention to.
Okay. Talking about markets, you know, I was there in November. I was in the Ashanti region in November, and I had the pleasure of seeing the KTL market, phase 2 of that. The projects have stalled. What's your plan?
I would embark on a comprehensive review, not just on only the KTL markets, but also on all other stalled projects, to look out for why they stalled in the first place. Is there a problem of funding, or is it a problem of lack of political will? Upon that comprehensive review, I'll be able to take an informed decision on how we proceed to resume work on all these projects.
But
so that
are you giving any assurance that project will be completed?
Oh, definitely. Not just from me, but from His Excellency the President.
Do you have timelines?
No timelines yet. No timelines yet. But we are committed to see him. And the President, during the Akwasi Festival, when he visited, made that assurances to His Royal Majesty 2482. And having the opportunity to represent him, it is my duty to equally remind the President and also work in order that we'll be able to fulfill that assurance.
Okay. Now, let's talk about healthcare. Your region alone has 16 of the Agenda 111 projects. We know that there are also a number of health facilities that haven't been completed, like the Siwa, Kumewu, Fomena, Afre Military Hospital, and whatnot. Will you be able to complete these projects?
So you see, healthcare delivery in Ghana starts from the very base, the primary healthcare. So if you realize, His Excellency John Mahama in his first term spent a lot of resources in building CHIP compounds and then health centers. Many of them were open for use, but there are a lot of them too that have been left to rot. And during my campaign time, I visited most of them. So to be able to have a good control of our health delivery system in Ashanti, we need to make sure we completely take care of the primary health care, which is the CHIP compound, the health centers. Then we now move on to the secondary, which is the district hospitals. District hospitals, Kubawu Hospital, Fomena Hospital, Bekwai Hospital, Tepa Hospital, among other Agenda 111 projects that were initiated. They all need to be completed so that if there is any case that cannot be treated at the primary level, at least they can refer to the district level.
So you're giving your region the assurance that
that one during the campaign, the people had issues with the MPP concerning neglect of projects. So it's a commitment that definitely as much of them that we need to complete, we will do complete. Then from there we move to the tertiary, where the Siwa Hospital comes in, the Afari Hospital comes in. Those 2 projects is to help reduce the pressure on Komfanochi, so that we can give Komfanochi world-class touch, and to help Otumfor with the Hill Kofanochi project.
Okay.
So as a medic and with a medical background, I'm going to pay attention to that as well.
Okay. You also talked about the fact that the people had raised several complaints about the fact that there had been a lot of abandoned projects in the region. Now let's talk about the Suame roundabout. What did you see? Repeat that.
You know, when you cut sword
Eh?
and you're commissioning, you still have to cut a ribbon to commission.
Okay.
So if you don't keep that ribbon well and you cut the sword and you get lost, you can't commission it, obviously. So President Akufo-Addo and the MPP, they cut sword, yes, and they gave themselves timeline that by the end of 2024, they will complete the Suame Interchange, and then they will complete all the adjoining roads. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Suame Interchange is, I think, around 35 to 40% done.
Okay.
They have 60 to do. So I gave.
And you say that you find the sword.
Yeah,
How will you do that?
I would conduct a comprehensive review on the project and the source of funding for it, because I'm very sure that once there is funding, even if the contractor is not willing to or doesn't have the competencies to do the same, we can still have someone else stepping in to help with the job. I will conduct a comprehensive review on same, so that I'll be able to know what really the issues are and how I'll be able to drive that project.
Okay. Next on my list will be mining, but before that, I want to talk about this development that came up just the early parts of this month, the abandoned regional minister's residency. How did you feel when you saw that project?
Terrible. We got a wind of it during the campaign time. It was a whistleblower, a report that the place was in tatters. So after the transition and after the swearing in, I think on 10th, there was no leadership for the region except for the party leadership. Okay. So we sought leave with the Ghana Police Service and the regional chief director, to go and have a look at the place. We went there in the presence of the media, so that the story will not be twisted as though we went there to vandalize the place. No. When we went there, we realized that the presidential villa was in good shape. The regional minister's residence was equally not in good shape, to the extent that furniture, TV, air conditions, all these items have been removed from the place. There are other buildings over there too. In those other buildings, you realize that the burglar proof, the glasses, everything metallic has been removed from those buildings. And now our worry was that the place is guarded by the Ghana police. So how come someone will come in, remove all these items without their notice? And again, when you're entrusted with state assets, you have every responsibility of making sure that even if you don't use them, they will still be in good shape. So yes, we are worried, and we charge whoever becomes the regional minister to make sure we commission an investigation into the process. Fortunately,
looks like you were talking to yourself.
Yes, it was a prophecy to myself. So I'm going to make sure that those commitments we needed from the regional minister, I implement same. And not only that, take the responsibility to redevelop the place in a very befitting manner. Said that anytime the president is in the region, he will be able to find a place there.
But are you disappointed in Simon?
Uncles are expected to leave a legacy for their nephews. Unfortunately, my uncle has left me a debt and a messed up residence. I will not judge him yet. I would want to. I called him actually, and I even sent him a text before even we went there and all that. I gave him that benefit of the doubt.
Did he respond? What did he say?
No, he's not responding. He's not returned the call yet. I'll give him that benefit of the doubt and sit with him, and then be able to learn from his mistakes and his successes, so that I will become a better regional minister. Okay,
but you say that he hasn't responded to your text till date. Do you think that he will be willing to sit with you?
Oh, definitely he will. Definitely he will. He's the same person who gave me his number. Then I was regional secretary. We met at the mall. He was going to buy some items.
He didn't think that his party would win. I mean, your party would win.
Yes, definitely. And I'm sure he's still in the stages of grief. And I'm sure that with time he will come up and he will know that elections are either to be won or to be lost. And you will heal from the broken heart. And I'm sure
you think that he's not come to terms with reality?
No, yeah. Most of them are not out of the defeat, yes.
Staying on him, when it comes to his performance as a regional minister, on a scale of 1 to 10, How would you rate him?
I won't be the best judge in this situation.
But you were in the region.
I was in the region, but I
You
won't be the
observed.
best.
You were in every corner.
Rightly so. But in this situation where I am replacing him directly, I don't want to sound as though I'm dragging all that he did into the drain or something. So my opinion definitely will count. But I'm sure that if you interact with other citizens within the region, I'm sure their opinion will best represent how they felt about their minister.
Okay. Now let's talk about mining. Your region is one of the regions in the country that is largely confronted with mining. I mean, years ago, the Ashanti region used to boast of what being the garden city, but in present day, you're faced with deforestation issues, illegal mining. What's your plan? Is there hope for the Ashanti region?
There is hope. There is hope. Once we provide job alternatives for the youth, there is hope. When I went for campaign activities,
You think the issue with illegal mining has solely to do with unemployment?
Yeah, it has. And they having alternatives, a lucrative alternative. Because when I went through the mining areas during the campaign activities, I realized that they are equally concerned, because there are many times that, aside from the shooting incident that occurred in Obuasi, pits collapse on them. They lose family members in pits, among others. And they are not too excited about that. But obviously, that is the only choice they have. So together with central government, we work closely to give them alternative skills in order that they will find something else doing instead of engaging in such a highly fatal, illegal activity. Once we're able to do that, one, through the National Apprenticeship Program, as I mentioned yesterday, we have a digital skill upgrade we want to also have for the youth, and again to also make the agricultural sector lucrative. Interestingly, all the mining areas, the lands are arable for cocoa production.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we got most of the cocoa farmers cutting down their cocoas to engage in illegal mining because they felt that they could easily make that money instead of focusing on the cocoa. Yesterday, I mentioned during the vetting that I work closely with the Agric Minister. The cocoa mass spraying is one area that takes away some of their profit. The fertilizers they buy is one of the areas that take away their profit. And again, the prices we give them. The Agric Minister, fortunately, has made a commitment. It's going to increase the prices we give to the farmers. We're going to work on the cocoa mass spraying, and also going to revisit the free fertilizer policy we had for the cocoa farmers. With this, I'm very sure that every cocoa farmer now will know that he will make good profit from the cocoa production, so that they can help us own the fight and be able to combat the illicit mining.
Okay. But you say that the youth in the area are engaged in mining because there aren't alternatives for them to make money. But we've also had certain political figures being behind these illegal mining activities. We heard about Chairman Wuntumi, and at a point even Sampine. Will you go after them?
Any person who is found to be associated with any illegality whatsoever, irrespective of your class in society, definitely we will not let you go scot-free. Yes, Akonta mining, among others, there were issues concerning their licenses and the permission for them to enter the forest reserve, among others. These are all pending issues that definitely, together with central government, we will look at it. If anyone is at fault on any of these areas, irrespective of your status in society, we'll make sure that the law takes its course. Again, if the youth is well employed and endowed with
I want to
the
stay
skill,
on. So if Chairman Wuntumi and his Akonta mining are found to be culpable, will you go after him?
they are not above the law, are they? They are not. So the law will take its course.
Okay.
Same as Sampine, if he's found culpable.
But when you were making those allegations, did you have evidence?
I have not made this allegation.
I mean, your
on any
party as
platform.
a whole.
So, yes, there were documents from the Prempeh Boating's committee that suggested that Akonta mining, that was partly owned by Wuntumi, among some other MPP officials, were illegally mining within forest reserves, among others. So this is a report that came from their very own government.
Okay.
So we're going to peruse that and make sure that at the end of the day, we set the good example for political leaders that when you are given the political power, use that power to do good.
Okay. Now, talk to me. I want us to draw more on agric, because you say that is one of your top priorities for the region. You're facing a lot of land issues, as I said earlier. What's your plan for the agric sector in the region, beyond cocoa farming?
We have huge arable lands. Aside from KUMASI that is choked and the peri-urban areas, most of the MMDAs have vast lands. The constituency or the district that has most of them is the Sexual Families. And I'm sure that one of these days you have to visit the area so you can see for yourself the kind of lands that we are blessed with. I mentioned yesterday in Parliament that most of the urbanized MMDAs have the capital or the liquidity, but they don't have the land to venture into agric. Most of the areas that they have the lands to, they don't have the capital to inject in that sector. So I think under Section 119 of the Local Government Act, the MMDAs are permitted to acquire lands in outside of their jurisdiction. I think that we explore that provision in law, so that KME, for instance, can purchase a land within such a farm plains. Definitely the farmers, among others, will be people from the locality. It's a win-win situation for both municipalities. And again, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, during his vetting, also made an indication and a commitment to the manifesto promise of establishing mechanized centers, so that if you're a youth and you want to enter or venture the agric sector, you would have that capital injection and the tools and equipment to support whatever you want to do within that sector. I'm very sure that if we focus on these areas, we should be able to attract more of the youth into the agric sector.
Okay. I want to touch a little bit on politics. You say that during your campaign, you were literally across every corner in the Ashanti region to win a number of seats. Let's talk about the Obuasi East seats, for instance. You were contesting that seat in court.
We are still contesting.
You are still contesting?
3 seats. We are contesting the Afano North seat, the Afano Southwest seat, and the Obuasi West seat.
But we understand that. I mean, I understand that Samuel Abaje withdrew at a point.
No, he's not withdrawn.
He's not withdrawn?
Yeah, we're still in court.
So that publication that came out that he had withdrawn was false?
Yeah. Fake news. We were even in court yesterday. Yes, we were in court yesterday.
So you are still contesting the Obuasi East?
Yes, we are still contesting the Obuasi East court. We are still contesting that seat because we won fairly and squarely. You
have the evidence to prove that you won? Yes, the evidence
to prove that. And the EC never declared the results under duress. If you compare the declaration at Obuasi East Collation Center and that was declared in Accra, you realize that even the Accra own was under duress. I'll give you those 2 videos, then you compare.
Okay.
We have every exhibit and every evidence to prove beyond any reasonable doubt. So we are still in court.
Okay, so what figure did Samuel poll?
I don't have it offhand.
You don't have it offhand?
I don't have it offhand, but it was beyond 20,000. And the difference between him and the MPP, I've forgotten his name, was beyond 300 votes. The difference between the two.
Okay.
Yeah. But during their recollation, they indicate that they beat us by 19 votes. A seat that you had a lead of over 14,000, and now you are beating us by 19 votes, and you expect us to believe you that what you are doing rather is right. No, we won that seat. And when I went there to campaign, all the way from Tutuka, Brahabebume, and all the other areas I went to, I realized that the people were determined to change the MP.
But why wouldn't you just let sleeping dogs lie? I mean, the NPP candidate is now the member of parliament for the area.
No, it's about setting the right precedence.
Okay.
It's about setting the right precedence. Today we have won with overwhelming majority in parliament. What if there is another election in the future where it will be a split parliament like we had in 2020? And you have allowed some precedents, some bad precedents to be set. People will refer you back to what happened in Obuasi East that you let go. Why are you not letting this go? The reason for which we are still pursuing all those other seats. Because we need to set the right precedents.
And you are hopeful that you can claim that seat?
Definitely so.
Because you have your evidence?
Definitely so.
As against what the NPP is saying?
Definitely so. We are very confident in winning that seat.
Okay.
And the court, I'm sure, will give that fair hearing, examine the evidence, and I'm sure he'll come out with a ruling that will be favorable to them.
Okay. You say you're also contesting what, Ahafano?
Ahafano North and Ahafano Southwest.
Okay. Do you also have the figure of the candidates, the NDC candidates?
In those constituencies, GM won. And after GM's victory, they felt that the MP was also going to win, for which reason there was an invasion at the collation centers. They destroyed all the pink sheets.
Okay.
So the case there is that you cannot declare any results from a notebook or any other material aside of that of a pink sheet. And you cannot declare results without recourse to the political parties involved. They never invited us for any coalition whatsoever. All we found on the media is that one-sided an EC officer, together with the MPP candidates, have been declared winners. We can't accept such a result. We need to be sure of the pink sheets that were used for that declaration.
You say these were destroyed.
Exactly.
How will they be found?
Exactly. So how then is it sorcery or witchcraft to be able to find it on the other side and make a declaration? So the EC had no pink sheets whatsoever to declare those results.
So you'll be contesting that as well?
Yeah, we are it's still in court. We are contesting that. If we want to agree as a country that an EC can declare results without pink sheet, so be it. So that we have that precedent, and we know that in the near future, if anything of that nature happen, Tutuwa will not be seated here questioning our sense of loyalty to the state.
Okay. I mean, won't that be an exercise in futility? Because you don't have evidence, and you know that even in courts, evidence is the name of the game.
Precisely so. The reason for which the EC
maybe the other side on the opposing party, they have the evidence to prove.
No, they don't. Because the EC is the only party in the election process who have the original pink sheets. The handwritten, pen-written pink sheets. All that we get is the carbon copy. All that the MPP get is the carbon copy. And we are saying authority that all the pink sheets got destroyed during the invasion, including that of the EC.
Okay.
And we have evidence to that all the pink sheets were destroyed, including accounts from the returning officers in those constituencies. So we have our evidence intact. And again, there was a conflict of interest, especially at Ahafano North.
Tell me about it.
You don't want to know about it?
I want to know.
The MPP candidate was dating the returning officer, and we have evidence to that. During the invasion, she ran away, and unfortunately she left her phone over there, which was picked by some of the boys. They looked at it, and it was her phone. She didn't have a password on it. And every chat between her and the MPP candidate is in our possession. We've made this issue public and on all platforms. And she knows that she doesn't have her phone.
So the EC officer in the Ahafano North constituency was going out with the NPP's parliamentary candidates. So you think... So you think that she wanted to compromise... There's a huge conflict
of interest. And even the call for military invasion and all that came from that angle. We have all that evidence. That's the reason why we are in court. So the court will let us know whether the EC officer acted in true faith to the oath that she swore before she assumed office as EC officer. Okay. You examine all that.
Okay, so when your boys were going through the charts, I'm not being too nosy, but when they were going through the charts, did they see any message that, would indicate that...
I'll share that with you. Maybe if you want to publish it, you can publish it.
I cannot do that. My producer will not allow me. No, but I just want to know from you if at any point they chance on any text that said that.
Yeah.
Let's do A, B, and C.
Yeah. Even the selection of a coalition center was a matter of discussion in the chat. The selection of a coalition center.
These are wild allegations.
Oh, I would not sit here as a minister designated and make wild allegations that are unfounded. And I've made an emphatic statement that her phone is not with her. If she's bought a new phone, that is fine. But her phone is not with her. And for any reason,
is that not an invasion of privacy?
If you have lost your phone, you easily go to the police and report that you have lost your phone. Is that not the case?
Maybe she has. You just don't know about it.
And I'm saying on this platform that she doesn't have her phone. So you should make a case with the police and they should come for the phone.
So you and your boys, or your boys invaded her privacy?
I wasn't there during the
Your boys invaded her privacy?
I have information on everything. Invasion of privacy. You want to summon our will. You are there and you want to talk about invasion of privacy. She should see with the boys and go and explain why she left the phone there.
Wow.
You can't do this as a public official. It's so unethical.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I'm entrained because I'm a medical doctor. There's something that are basic ethics that you shouldn't do. Conflict of interest, clear conflict of interest.
Okay.
And you're taking instructions from a party to an election. You don't do that.
Okay.
It is so disgraceful.
Okay. I see. Let's talk tourism now. You have a thriving culture in your region. I mean, everybody loves the Akwisidai. I love it. People love the fact that you always flaunt your culture. You are proud Ashantis. What's your plan for the tourism sector? And specifically, let's talk about Kumawood first. That industry is almost non-existent.
Yeah. I have plans of meeting them.
What's your plan?
I'll meet them. assess the situation. I think their internal conflict did not help, and the overly politicization of their front.
Okay.
You see a Jaco here, you see this person here.
We see Michael Afrani for the NDC
here and all that. I think that if not for anything, for the next 3 years, we should put behind our partisan affiliation and unite and get together to do something better for the industry. And
but you engage them to campaign for you, so how then do
campaign
they
is over. After elections, no campaign.
Okay.
No, so we need to come together and see how we can revive that industry. Because it was one that was saving the Ghana movie industry. And at the point in time, Kumawood was very vibrant to the extent that the Gollywood folks were partnering with the Kumawood guys. And unfortunately, the Nigerians are still succeeding whilst we are not really thriving. So I'll meet with them. We would have a holistic review of what happened, try as much as possible to solve some of the internal conflicts, and maybe the issues where I need to bring in Malaysia, I'll do that, because I know they have a huge respect. We all do for Malaysia, and I'm sure Tunfor would want to have the Kumawood survive and revived as well.
Okay.
So we would take that move to see how we can save that industry. Moving from there, Malaysia alone is a whole institution for tourism. The cultural and the historical significance of Malaysia can never be downplayed. Growing up, we used to visit the place. They would take us on a tour to look at all the fig trees and all the akofnes and all the other items and ornaments that were used in the past. I work closely with the sector minister, as I mentioned before Parliament yesterday, so that we can see how we bring in the Black Star experience to make sure that we get Ashanti region moving. Bonre for Kente, Adangomasi for Kente, and Tonso, Sha, they are all into woodwork, wood carving, and among others. We have other Apia Mountains, the other Warhun Stones, and all the other areas, Lake Bosumchi. I'll sit together with the ministry. We'll see how best we can redevelop these sites so that we can attract Tutua and Co from Accra to also visit.
No problem. I'm actually a fan of the Ashanti region, but you mentioned Kente. I want to ask you this question briefly. The Kente, what you wore for the vetting, was that a Kente?
Yeah.
You're very beautiful. What inspired your outfit choice?
Thank you. This question again, I think I answered it during the vetting. I'm sure you want to confirm whether I was reading from a telephone.
Or you meant what you said.
So yes, so the Kente, the name of it is Asanteman.
Asanteman.
Yeah, Asanteman. It has most of the symbols that represent significant commitments to the Ashanti regional Asanteman for that matter. It has the porcupine. The porcupine has quills or spines. Those spines work in a coordinated manner in self-defense or to fight against predators anytime there is a need for same. So it represents the unity that we have. You may see Asantis independently or Asanteman independent individuals here and there. But when there is a need to come together for a particular purpose, we're able to do that rightly as the porcupine does. Also had a spider web in the cloth.
Okay.
So with that web, in our Ashanti folktale telling and storytelling, we use Kokwenansi. Kokwenansi is projected as a very wise figure or character.
Trickster. That's what I know.
Wise. He's not a trickster.
Okay.
With so much wisdom that he can summon every situation among others. And the web is said that you see them with individual patterns whatsoever, but they are interconnected in a very beautiful manner that helps the spider move and navigate its path.
Okay.
And also it signifies unity that within the Ashanti kingdom. We also had the akofna and in the gun, which also signifies royal authority and then loyalty to Asanteman and Ghana at large. The colors, green, yellow, and then black. The green is for the green vegetation of Ashanti. The yellow is for our gold and our richness. And then the black is for our race. And also the black stools that were brought together before Konfanochi brought down the golden stool for His Royal Majesty Tunfor Sechutu. So basically this is the inspiration behind that Kente and the meaning of the symbols that were embroidered in the meaning of the symbols that were.
Abusian for dear. Major said, Abusian, what tea a year in Comotry. na when you say I enjoy discussion the course no. In fact, your newly appointed regional minister Dr. Frank Amoakohene oyobia said there be a mekano me wo gide wo ni mu pa utie ne kasa utie ne charisma o hwe na kokuduru bi ekura no ene said osi kanensa matumi so aboa ne ho asi onim de oba abaye na emede se nsem bi wo no ma ye betena ha ka ono ankasa timi point bi na ono nso address one issues mo na wa make a lot of profound statements bi a me gide say ye betwetwe ho nkomo na ye nyina na yetie no onso wo comment bi a obetimi e de aba wo adwenkyere bi a obetimi e de aba ye nyina enim say oye politician na politicians so mano de yes eba politicians so onsem de a ana etoda untimi enye very straightforward e wo monsem ho but sometimes oye so discerning enough obi kan sem bi ne free na komam a ohu ana free na num keke nso a ohu de nipa no opa kire ana da bia meka say eye new regional minister we only any other option than to perform and excel. Yes. I won't say we your interview or granted our GH1 TV. Na wohwe said the nkomodie ni esiko so na. Yes sister ebusa no questions bebree na onya abotre nso hia no abra wa home so ammo wakora wo so. Na utie ni kasa ya mu nyina there's this kind of special link da one menhia entem ohonum na memigidie ni wo no utie ni kasa ni mu ya bonso kasa bia chesa we mane na ye ntintia e wo menhia obekọ opim so anim mekọ opim so anim mekọ na me no opim so akotena ase na yaka mekọ na yakoyesi nti ono ankasa hu say majority of the solution ni nyina e wo menhia eno na eye past eye ye leaders no efeli ye poto eno nti no obeka ya emre bi Asante mera ekasa ya oka asem bi ekire eye ye MPC a omunyina epetumi a no mo nam ye mfikyire omunya wi a no makotena akra no abra na olanche eye Hell Confanoche project yi okachiro mo se o mama akra atena ayo mo dedodo enkra hotena na ayo mo dedodo omo mafie sansem ni nyina okeka ni nyina no eno ne MPP aban no ene afi ya yitu firi ade asu yi so betena akra ho sa won tena akra ho etoje wa enam so am ono so abai wo hu mistakes bia eye ne mpanimfo na omodi nanim kan no eye enti no hwe ne kasa yemu a obebo no modern a say on repeat certain mistakes na ye nyina nso ye de ye mo abeta na chi because said the American no osan kan sem bi say abane de ato awie na ye nyina ye nya political affiliations nento honom na yemfa eye oman no ento yakoma so yemfa asanteman no ento yakoma so na yenhwe hawa ebetimi aye united yaba together na yetumi etusa no edi abom na eno saa no na ebetimi edi nkonim na eme de bebre even kumawood asem okofa bai ejemensem because I was Ashanti region eno ma bebre na nkoyo aya na sometimes no ye de adwene kura akohwehwe all these developmental projects no but no man kitinkiti bia na first ejina mu twintwan ya first ahonidie pa wa Ashanti region na enye easy first eba eye nkaboma se unity and oneness na sa eye nkabom no togetherness no ewo ho. First ushia santini ewo akwantuom, ushia santini ewo abonten, ushia santini obabia na onye hu se o ufiri asantimamu pe odosronko. Sese mu nyina bedi adanse se oyera suru oya ani edit na mu oya suru oya ani edit na mu no. Na menka se ye tribalistic and I say you play tribalism ewa dabi enye no na asem na meka me di make analysis in this context inti mama onye ma no nkosi bone ye nyina ye Ghana fo inti on the broader scope no ohwa Ghana need ye nka hu nua Ghana ni obabia irrespective of baby of free so free north or free south or free west or free east bia no oye Ghana ni obetima aboa no anu aboa no untime mboa no so amense no. So but this time no sha a normal sesa ti me narrow it down abesi Ashanti region so because na me kan Asante asem na Asante jija because party bi ebebe bia ombe fire yes apofunu omu yusie boy bongala we a no maja hosa no moko region we na region aboshe nko an edete a ene aboshe akese de ya tibi ni abre but adikronti ambo se na nsen concentration aba regional minister na so onu nko an obi a obetime de sayaba because on the president for Ashanti region onu na ejina aban na mu Ashanti region aban panimfo a ewo Ashanti region nyina ona yo mu panyini nti all the aban nyuma kuo nyina omo Ashanti region nyina no regional minister na yo mu panyini. Security Council na nyina on da no on the chairman of the regional security council nti ofa fonfre regional commanders ni nyina obi a the speed nti say nipa say no say yenya obi a na adwen mu da ho na obi a na koma so da ho na obi a ni nipadua nso wayesi wo say ode be som Asanteman a trust me you say there's nowhere enoma bebo afa nchen. There's nowhere obesesa enema mfidi akogu kwan so a abro mampanyi eba bebo apro ewo Ashanti region just to please him because in shishe bia dika akoso sanka sa kwan we ewo sanka yaye o ma anye nti no ni akoso mfidi na begu so. Meka nyina no na me san kan si so say onu say only choice because o mistake a na so be off ansha the medical profession kra no also or medical practitioner sa ne doctor sem no ebeti nani so hospital kra hro ntimi nyina ho 34 years. The youngest minister Abra made the minim se bia ba dia but the youngest minister so far I was Santimemu 34 years. Na utie ni kasa enu nti na me follow ni pa se me ni dinachi me hwe na montu otutu nyina oya hwehwe because project here me dey chiro sisi here Prempeh the first international airport on the betimi abewie aye international proper international enya afi na ye arrangement special arrangement ne nsensem bebre ma men sanka we say aye Crowflow market no and she say koso a ye special consultant architect contractor omo san ba be review esa decision na nkomo de be dwuragu no na me bo mpaye se omo timnye bibi mfa ho na ya nwiri sa market no anto angu entina make say hope e ho ma Asanteman because our airport here yehwe sisi ye nyina yenim Ghana for dodo a edo makoma so because our project we ebetime disika ejuma impuntuo enkoso ene nhihye pa bebre abre Asanteman enso yede ne kokwasa eye runway extension kakra de be so na ye boko ne ata o ade nyakopon ya ne sopi sa adwene ho awonte ase ni nyina no opanyin abai oso obehwe na watu ho anamon na ba akokora manage ho pa eye sa project we Suame Interchange no because our project we there na ma lose hope, trust me. Na ma lose hope say ayeka but ohwe ne kasa yemu ohwe se de osi toto normal ohwe se de osi position ho abra odi sa ankomo we na e kire wo pefe ne no kure trodo se papa nim de oba abaye enti no ye nyina no ye mfa ye gidie na ye nta na chi na mesre mo se moma eye nimdie eye council ne advices ni nyina flow this time around mesre mo say ye program na ye nye solution oriented ye kofa problem bi ba moma ye ma ideas because ye nye obi a de ba obisom ye nya obi a ye de ba obesom na obetie na sopam nso me say Asanteman enka o say ya o dabi obetena obi fie na ye wa adwen say efiera no obekwati no na wa ye ono ma abra efiera ne nso ti fie obi dia ane na mehu ne say wo no wa ye wa adwen say wa ma asetena ko problem bi wo no ma ono nanim kwan a obefa so aye no ono kura na ebia onim eye electrician na obeye say adwuma no ntino problem ne ba o fresh electrician na oba pa ono abetima trace ni fast ukofa nipa fufuro bi aba afi na obeye try and error obesa no asa be say adwuma ne kura ko kan wires na bom be ho an se ja to fie ono to wa Asanteman mu na problem no ohaw no fa Asanteman ho a o so ma na ye ntintia o manhia because ensase ni nyina ti e wo manhia enti ukwati ho no na se wo de wa adwene be ye ne obeye just to score political points there ene waso be ye hye na megidi se mpanifo ni bebere na omo tetete Asanteman mu a omaye omo se omo do Asanteman enso na omo boa because hwe bebere ne ye bi omo da na di a hwe nkyere se ye odo bi na omo do Asanteman ama project bebere akeka nwuram odwene ho awonte ase na osaka bibi efa apomuden ho nsem utun so no ho nso ye ni area of specialization in a sense ono ankasa no ne field ano no enti agenda 111 project na Ashanti region ye nya ye chefa ni nyina no obehwe se ebeye adwuma ama so aba mfaso ama oman no I think say na ni da ho yes na nda ho yesi o ne nyina ye kasa omba foforo akasa yate ese na da bia ye tena ha ye ne ye mpanimfo ye kan ya o me ne mo mienu nyina yɛka sɛ abato na yɛto no sesei no enye me party asɛm o enye yɛ wo metu mu asɛm enye yɛ de ahaya na ɛwo dabi sesei nipa nyini atra saa level no sesei obu onoma o MPP for party card o NDC for party card wagye kuadonko card nyina okura bi yankopon fa ne currency enti no saa nipa kro yi ono no ogina mo o hwe ba bia yakwa ano anu so odi akire o hwe ba bia yakwa ano anu so odi akire sese no ye ni ate asore kra akwa asore ye woto asore m na akwa asore na hwe na asore no emoawa ugya asore no eno kra de egya na easy dentia because okwa asafo fufuro mu no ohun se sofo no asafo no nhyehyeye ne no mu na mabi no efa ema wo nti o mu se ha na wo de wawura ma ye ball wasukura mpo wo enso anhwe a unsi obiem even football ya adofo mo hwe mpanifo mo hwe obu a wasesa ne team be 1000 me sister bia menim no da bia wo team fufuro o he ba bia ekọ ne na o he na mo na ne fufuo be se ya na wasesa team ne fast enti no de o he ba bia agbono no ofa de enti o he de be boa no a obenya na nigie enti yete hei se wo ye MPP ni na wo ye ni ya ye no nete wo ye MPP ni na di nsehunu a bye bye wo ye NDC ni na ye ni ya ye no nete wo ye NDC ni na di nsehunu a bye bye wo ye CPP ni wo ye independent candidate wo ye PNC GCPP gum emu bia wo ye bia no so ye new force anase hwan afafranto emu bia wo ye bia no se wo ba na wo beye ohu wo position hu ye na wo ye ne ewo se wo ye a de impeja ni mpuntuo ne nkoso be ba nipa abrabom ne oman ni mu a why not ye be di wachi yes sana se Ghana for to aba enti me de se me hu se Ghana ni bia ni ho party obi ani party bia but obi a won party card ebi card e shombotom ebi nso shomutrim obu a ne party card da ne trim digital e da ne trim ne de ne digital e da ne trim on fanto computer so kora ne de ne super digital e woni trim eno na e mo digital enti no sana etie enti I think say e very important o hwe se de osi eye yebusa and kumawudu ho asem kora na osande ko fa menhia line na nam se akwa we hu nokore no because won se kumawudu na nkasa no first na nekura eye asanteman na eno ana na air travel eno na even ema eye Gallowwood for no yes omo de omo kambrofo no omo de no eye jake apia mo ne majid mo no John Dumalu Musa side ono mo no omo no kra no na afo mu rom hu rewrem omo dom hu rewrem no mo dom hu rewra kuma wodi kakra o ma na aficha we kakra wona aficha we kakra na kuma woni ejina mu twantwan ana o man kasa tana honom na division abom ntem we akoda party kro ya o we akoda party isa na omu nyina egu because enkabom e de mpejaba ntawantawan so de e de oseye nenam nto e ba ne sa na no montam nyina aseye nto obia de na ho oden ne de enko nti wom se obia ye ne de otum se bi ye mu de but still emfa te se mu nyina maka mo ho aboma mo de one force eye ade no enti no sɛ Dr. Frank Amoakohene ɛsɛ ɔba a ɔne Kumawoodfoɔ mpanimfoɔ ne bɛtena ase na watumi ɛde ɔmo nyinaa akɔ akɔpie mu ofi kɛseɛ mu deɛ a aneɛ no ankasa no hɔ yɛ solution center onya duru a problem biara to atwa mihu asɛm awura manhyia a asan ba saa akwa mihu bi de me pa de mihu bi da hɔ yɛ last resort because oyɛ hwan yɛ dura hɔ abɛdwo so ɔsɛ wakoma na yɛ dindindin sɛ deɛ nya dura fi ɔnko ade a ɛbɛdwo say fom nya ɔbɛtia ne ane nyana yo na wada saa yo saa na ɔsɔre kɔ because one hwe abɛka yɛ na abɛka wɔ enti ne saa na tie yɛda ɔmase na ɛma hohoaho a ɛma nigie sɛ ɔpanyin we aba ha enti no we deɛ me bɔɔ no angle no ma menhwɛ sɛ voice note bi aba na me play me mfam because you see yɛni abrɛ wɔ Ashanti region say wa bɛ kanta crossing bia na yɛntwe ma wokra say wa bɛ yɛ crossing bia no yɛntwe ma wokra untimi adwuma na wagya ato hɔ ha untumi mɛyɛ adwuma na ɛmɛ di animu magyi post no mfa nkɔtena fie ye bobɔ ɛyɛ galamsey a metete sampan din wɔ mu kura se me ho kura san adwiri me galamsey de ne nim sɛ chama untumi me kura de mente da sɛ sampan so ye bi honorable honorable sampan de what disappoint me in particular because time onya appointment no na mani agyepa because na ohwe na ho brase ohwe sɛ de ne dimi na kura sitie ono ankasa no ohwe ne personality ato so odwo ompe ohawo ompa tete on oda form bibie ni obe na kwa so se suro ni padindin pa wo hye ni padindin suro no sampan Spain for sika bia de baaye se mfansie si Asante ma yentete fin ni mfamfiri Asante ma mu ye kote gata mba ko no agina mu bi eno ano no yante ho wa biem se Spain for sika ne fa hin se yira fa hin eno ano no yante hwe biem honorable o de saa wokọ echire kura de na opa MP kura san di ahwa na me say no ayeka enti we hope and pray say nyankopon be yadom ama yenya good leaders ombesesa Asante man ama na yenkoso eno a na yehwehwe
Chairman, a chairman adwuma pa wobo. Any abribia de ekoso. Uma yihu. Uma yesusu. Yehwe. Ni tumi de yadwen kyere kakra eba. Ni nyina ebie yadwen mu. Ye nyine tu ho anamo. Ni yehwe de betumi akoso. Kwame. Yehwe interview no. Efa ohene. Na na ya oba begina TV so a ye interview no ni sema no ka. Kwame. De ma you to pay NDC asem no. NDC mfa ho say Umabe, umbetim di kemi bossokrama pia stadium. Iti wudi echida tembiano. Emba unkwanshe ma utimi yede wase uye biya. Because ehedi mba wa breno. Ubidi ama ubiyedi. So baka yon se mribi mikachira ose se okwa ahafu regional minister yi. Eya pia stadium wafasi. No yi uma organizer ahafu hunyi na abane ba power no. Utimi di post no ama no. Say MPP on phone say obi two obi free. Obi wisu Range Rover and obi wisu Toyota Highlander and obi o tenkran ya waye year. Obi anim se papa wodi o de wodi no de suppose na yedai. Amano but NDC oyiro ho na ye adwuma. On phone so mudi health insurance kura be ma so betim san so ntumi so betim de ama wahwe na so control. Wo de hwe ofaya mo apon kwa ya me ofaya o wuda dadai. Also muba president mens buy no or the health insurance share nsa sana NDCT obre nko ade a ombam wadi bi nti se MPP a obi bra no mama ne nsesi fam no ti ye boy nua wo hene aboso na kwame wo hene ti asidi minim nanim chese yeah asidi otumfo bodwa otumfo bodwa no otumfo ko babi ade an okutari chine ye nam se mi gidi se ye wono a se ye ono aye amami hu yeah because asemi kai wo bisa tamame wo Ghana no yeah nanim se me obi a otumfo bodwa ya no okutari chine ye no seti sadia na say ya kwame na be ntintia wo menhia ti se de otumfo kai so obetima ko World Bank akwa ni sika no no abitisi Asante memu that is sadia na se de otumfo peso ye no ne kwa so na wonam no e che se obetimi ne papa no abotirimupo ama de o se ye ma Asante ma fa no to mapa efre bia no obetimi aboa ama bibibia ye papa na baso se nyame bi ka no ho na adwuma pa wa hyehye no obetimi aboa ama Asante ma ya fa no to mapa efra kwame yadi obetimi aboa ma Asante akoso Asante behwe utimi ye bibi ma Asante edwadifo obi ye bibi bia wo hwe bia etimi koso Kumasi airport in hospital see oto so no bibi bia ye kwame ready to go Asante form say better 20 DC yeah because obetimi aboa ma economy na gina ama obi bia brabo ma ye na obi mi kasentia obi mu obi bia de wo hwe bia akone nim dia kwame de hwe no but one try Kumasi achoku ewo kwa ho no ne baabi etena je didwa no ne ade no saa ne emani nyina wo so hwe no otu ho na mo ne Kumasi fa nto mapefra ye bo na baso ne adwuma pa e woni tirim ne hyehyɛ ye pa pese wo ye na 34 years na MPP the regional minister ama o de be mo obi ho 70 na adwen no internet kure bi kuro nim how to control ti ye bo nyame mpa ye se papa na ba no obehwe ama Asante ma fa nto mapefra nyame no mo no nka mo no adwuma pa mo ma bai.
Hello, good evening. I'm David. I'm calling from USA. I best say Muja Brain say we bet me my assassin way to me a comment share. Nansen Menshia I have no big or Asante Hene de Assam to money one. The fans are some hono now mobua abusuamie no mobua ma one side ebi na the other side our medical tons are sinebi. Omubua eno ano no sade omoton no omobeka ho asem so omonye omusika bia na say no moja ho saa na ohiani bi teacher ni bi asase a woto no obehwe na omo ye bua mo mo no na omo ton ayesa so omojo omusika omontimi ntua mumma enko ahemfie menhia ahemfie se enipa bi esungu omo yam nti Asante Hene cases na ahemfo no bi die no omubu no ekwa bi so a emwa temamufo no nti nsɛm no bi wɔ hɔ a sɛ ɔbɛma no aba n'anim a na waka ama ɔmo ate ase yi a ɛbɛboa na ebinom esungu ɔmo yam ebinom ɛyɛ dede wɔ Asante Hene ho but ebinom nso esu a ɔmo di ne ho yɛ a nti ahemfo na atwa ne ho ahyia no ɔmo di ebinom awu paa ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo hwɛ saa nsɛnsɛm no ɔmo ka nso madwene no.
After elections, no campaign amper. A country with low IQ and a country with short memory. Wow. Mami Jesu eni. Chairman, was it some payos or some payos or how you was so cool? Mami Jesu eni. And my name so cool. Messi Galamse no munyina omuyo. It is almost see a bit to Galamse nasi dear. Enye dwuma da. Omo be political campaigns microphone dia to abana say omampanyi mahama kra ka kire omo say oba o promise omo amnesty mama yom Galamse. Eti Galamse ni de empanimfo ni nyinara MPPO NDCO ho anhoni wo bia ye Galamse. On say asoko. Amane soko ati. Na mpama chow bebre sese kwan no se be ya mayen saa kasa kese na Burkina Faso ni na hinhin no load na ifa e too much omo de say ya kwan yo mi ti ya kran ya se saa load no omo ko du omo kro ma be ka be se mi fa ne se nkoko tunkran to wɔn kurom hɔ example na mema no ɛbɛka kakra mɔmɔ do wɔn kurom hɔ a wɔn wɔ baabi a wɔn yi load no bi gu ɛte heavy ayi no so ansa na wɔn de awura kuro no because wɔn mɔmɔ nfa ma mesɛ wɔn akwan yɛn kwan yi so deɛ hwɛ so run about yi so mena yɛn nam yɛn kura hyehyɛ me load no yɛ too much wotumi ho sɛ kaa yɛ a yɛkɔ yɛtwa mu mmienu ɛna yɛatoa so aban mu na yɛahyehyɛ nneɛma den yɛyɛ kwan yɛ ngo na wɔn de kaa nafa so na akwan bɛde da na hapofo aba na hapofo aba na wɔn asɛ kwan no wɔn ntua toll wɔn ntua tax wɔn ntua hwee te yɛsrɛ apolisifoɔ ne MTTU foɔ saa deɛ no so wɔn nyɛ na wɔn hwɛ na wɔn ka ho asɛm ma yɛ sɛ yɛ kwan no ma yɛ wie deɛ a ɛda ase bebree.
Second part ya meka ne sɛ sisi ya meka sɛ meyɛ victim wɔ asase ya meka ho sɛ mato asase na nka mekɔ develop wɔ so na ɔmo sɛ mentwɛn na ɔmo de asɛm yi kɔma nhyia ɔmo kɔbaeɛ na ɔmo akɔdane ama other side sisi asase no koraa mekora yɛ me deɛ na mewɔ ho nkrataa no mate sɛ sɛ ɔmo akɔyɛ nyankomade bi wɔ hɔ a ɔnhwɛ yi a ɔkɔ nante wɔ koraa wanhwɛ a ɔbɛbu ahwɛ na wawu nti asante no yɛn nyinaa yɛpɛ n'asɛm but ahemfo no nsɛnsɛm a ɔmo die ne sika a ɔmo gyegye firi binom hɔ ɛka nsɛm ma wɔn no mu di nkurɔfoɔ awu no moma yɛhwɛ ho asɛm ka na Ghana sɛ baabi yɛkeka kɔrɔ no ɛsɛ wo ni sika a wode a wɔnka ho moma yɛhwɛ ne yie na wiase no ebinom aba ɛna ɔmo agya hɔkɔ.
All right, yɛbɛda mpanimfoɔ ase. Mɛsrɛ panyin a ɔsɛnde asase no ho voice note no sɛ I think sɛ wotu ho anammɔ a ɛno na ɛyɛ the best way. Yeah, because yɛbɛka wɔ ha koraa no a ɛnhyɛ da ɛnkare wit saa. Nti nka wɔ ebi a wo ne Ghana na abusuafoɔ bi wɔ hɔ a ɛyɛ fine case. Ɛnya kopii fi kɛseɛ mu nko a trust you me sɛ ɔmbɛhwɛ no maka. Ɛno koraa de bebree. Yeah, sana na kwapra ahene ye wo kwapra honom ana omunya akukuduro de ne kuduro honom eka peace ankomu ho no fira konya ne so ti we nya yi bia o de no asa o pipes no o krata document na ekura wo no momfa nkɔ menhia honom na monko cheche mo asem se de wo kan o platform yi so amegye se o mbeti wo na o mama bibia e kama ane se wasase na wunya kura na o sika de o mbetimi de ama ho trust you me. Cause answer no de bia opem so oka se ni kwan se wo de wahenie no sisi obi ende de bia oka ho akonwa no o se emfa sisi eye nipa nti no I think se otu sa na mo na ebeboa anyway enra opem so kopie mu o eye konfa noche teaching hospital one no na me point kra na me hu sese ma mama ehu tama oba no me ntwa nkyere mo na inside honum na ye me de ti na me hihye inside honum a ba tama oba no eni me pese mo hwe kakra aha na mo hwe tama obepie mu wo eye konfa no teaching hospital no ma me hwe se metimi amama a feeling here nti oba no na enya asem ketewa. Let me see me I'm a multi voice na I think sankanya bad sound no musa na ayana amana e kama okay mame ma sound in emre
so just have me order. Wow, we situation we are manage ka ke one.
Ya nti abusuafo say na nra esikoye ewo eye konfanoche teaching hospital on na asem ketwa onso obi ani age obi ehu open so a oh erade nas oh such a great leader. Now mesra mo say eye phase 2 of eye health konfanoche project no so still ano ekoso me de eye donation eye no to so enie ento pesa wo donate eko eye fund ni ma ha foto na o matwa ato onom na obi ade bi gumu no mesrew ma won so de enkom keto bia nso aha enti no sika bi ade begum bia nso no eko omo honom direct mesrew senye numbers ye go screen so a ubenya oba bia emfa nsende ma obi a me kura me say emfa nsende me aha free sese kono ne yebe ne say wa ebia odi be sende o sende bi de kwa obetimi aye screenshot of receipt no now the sende ya yebe kan wa ha na yada wase aha on pese e disika ne beto din kra na yebe bo odin keke se won so a contribute to the project aha na I think say yebetimi aye sa de encouraging crofo bebre na yetimi aye ketua bia nso a ne odi be sende bia no obetimi a screenshot aha na wo de afa your WhatsApp number ne so aha same pom pese me kra me hu sika na de sende na wo de kata sika ne so obetimi ape bibi de akata so ba fa receipt ne send me na yemfa entudwa yeah ebeboa but I think say ye ne sa ebetimi aboa ye nyina ye contribute say de ye kan this time around no say project wetimi koso smooth eno na ebema motivation na bem ena ebema yetimi asan to aso de akọ another project so because project ne do so say pese ye de a e wo say ya nso ye boa nti mesre say yentu sa na mo no aha nti no omo ye wo edin na da ne nyina so ye hell confanoche momo numbers ne nyina emu bia be send de akoso bia bank account ne nyina dollar account ne cedis account ne nyina ne nyinaa yɛ hill konfanoche ana ɛda so aha enti no o emu kyerɛkyerɛmu bi anaasɛ bi apɛ sɛ wo san tie ne mu a wobɛtumi akontate me ana wa nya number sɛ na bɛtumi akontate me de bɛ send o na wa send kɔmɛsrɛw hwɛ na wan send amfa number bi aso we hot straight edi na ama hill konfanoche a san cancel no tititititititititia madam ase enti I think say saa na tie me de besia aha me de besia say mesan ba bi me nkoe mesan aba aha mesan aba in 1 hour time I will come back sesi akonya na mete so no hot seat and na internet na so there they were 1 hour time mesan ba ne ato aso me say 2025 there Ashanti region horo no kama ama na fi enti no me say this time around no afutuo bia no mfamra na ya soja no kumo aha afutuo no ya mfamra ene ma capture bi ma nya ne ntie se kumasi achoki pa opanyi ba ko aka ya capture ebedi sa nkomo no ka ne ni o ta ka we die man gada on ka no enye easy all right enti na meka mo ye wo Facebook nso COVTVGHANA ye wo TikTok se meta the videos egu TikTok pa meta upload videos go TikTok short videos enti ni nya COVTVGHANA na COVTVGHANA okọ no ma obetimi afollow ye aha enche ye be start ya live ewo ehonum nyina no yes ye ni abro se eye Ashanti region ewo se no matimi edane any issue concerning Ashanti region be di ho komo aha enti no sana etie ewo ha damu nyina mase ye be send di ahia enche all right enti medum be sia say makramo.
Welcome to my 5 hotel. We are based in Kronoma Franchu. If you want to come here and you are from Suame coming, we have nice security posts, a very conducive environment that you feel free, comfortable. Everything here is very conducive, nicely. The air, the atmosphere, best. We have the bar, we have the restaurant, the pergola. Everything here is nice. We have the standby the generator. We have a vehicle that picks up from the airport. Everything is here is very good, nicely. We have the reception that works 24 hours. Everything is here 24 hours, perfectly.
Yesai mama wako abasronko di pa COVTVGHANA so. Wo COVTVGHANA so no. Ye bota ye ni yenjumedi etitiri pa ne se. Ye beboa ma mpontunyuma akwaso ye wano wo Ghana ha se. Ne se enti no. Ye free wo pepa mutu ye hugu montene so kokotwa mpontunyuma ahodo a. Ye kwaso wo Ghana ha bebia. Se ye akwan foforo na aban no ye. Hospitals, airport, interchange, school, market, stadium ne nia ikeka ho nyina. Ye ni yentim mwanwaso wo kokotwa se ne dwumadi ni sifa ko. Na afei so akwan ne miai wodo wa atete apansam so no ye kotwa se ne ebe ya ebetwe aban no agenesi so na wakwakoye wonom ewo ho ne nso mwa dwumadi foforo a ye san di no wo COVTVGHANA so ne se ye interview Ghana fo e wa abrochi ananse wo man yi mu a watumi adi yi atumpon wa abrabo na watumi akyerɛkyerɛ ye nkwampa wodo a yenso ye betumi afaso anya sika ne de ahya business ase enti mema wo rain fi se wo be subscribe to ye YouTube channel ye COVTVGHANA na wemia notification bell ne so se ne ebe ya wo see yen videos aye dropping ni mu ba ko kra.